Afrikultures, and I'm Tessa, and I hope that you will take time and discover the Africa that they don't sell to us. We're going to be having aspects like authors, we're going to be having the cinema, we're going to have all the vision that you can imagine goes with Africa. And we're going to try to make you understand that your continent is a beautiful one. So ladies and gentlemen, I will call on you to stay with us because we're going to have very, very important facts that will make you to love the African continent. With me for this edition, I have somebody who they call mostly the Godfather because of what he has been doing in the sector of art. He's with us today and he's going to give us his point of view on every aspect of culture. Thanks for being with us, Mr. Gelam Dickson.
Welcome.
So tell us, we are going to talk about books for a start. Have you ever read?
I've read more than 1,000 books.
So tell us, which authors really impressed you?
My favorite, when it comes to novels, are James Chase. I read almost 200 of them. You have Frederick Fossey, especially The Day of the Jackal.
Okay.
I read a couple of African writer series. I read Meals and Bowls when I was young. I read almost 300 Meals and Bowls.
Yeah.
I read Pesetas because as a young child, every we go and do exchange. You go to your friend's house, maybe you even steal them because there was that reading culture, and that is what is lacking in our today's generation. People don't have reading culture. So when we were growing up, we never had television. So all our own art was packaged in a book. We have to read stories in books like Arabian Nights when we were in primary one. And then you have this little John and Mary. Story that everybody went viral. Every child could tell that story of John and Mary. So reading was a culture that youth adopted when they were young. But today, we don't have that reading culture.
We are going to get to that. My question will be simply, which African author comes to your mind when we talk about reading and writing in Africa?
First, I have Ferdinand Leopold Oyono, The White Man and the Medal.
Yeah.
I have Kenjo Joban, Kenjo Joban, and I have Elechi Amadu who wrote No Longer at Ease.
Okay, and what was the message you got from it?
It was an African story because it was like when I was deep in reading, I discovered that I was having a vision of another country, another culture, like the Igbo culture. I was seeing the Igbo man inside a book, like seeing Nigeria in a book.
Living the story.
Yes, living the story. Because I conceived it first. I describe a character. When they describe a character, like when they describe Okonkwo in Chinua Achebe, I knew that Okonkwo was a huge man. Yes. It was that kind of story when you start to read, and no distraction will remove you from reading. So those are some of the things that impact us to go deep into culture, because we grew inside reading, touching one book to the other, touching. But the most ordained book that touched my life was the Holy Bible. I decided one day to start to read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. Yeah. I discovered that was all what we were reading were all compacted in the Bible, because it was a bit of stories. They were telling about the Thessalonians, telling you about the Ephesians, telling you about the people of Israel. So reading used to be part of me because we grew up without TVs.
Other distractions. Like internet and all the like.
There was nothing, just reading.
So we'll conclude that we have to read in Africa. It's very important for our development and our existence. So for this edition, we're going to have the author. It's somebody you might know, somebody you need to discover. And we're going to get to Cote d'Ivoire. And in Cote d'Ivoire, we have this book which is called Odieu. So I'll call on you, ladies and gentlemen, and you also to discover it by watching this right now. Odieu of Philip Pango narrates to us the existence of an African military guy who faces racism during his training for some few months in Texas, far from Cote d'Ivoire, his native land. Only black amongst his fellow armed men, he is looked as an element to put off. Blacks being at that period, at the eve of independence, very awkward. Jean-Baptiste Kimon Kwasi will have to fight attacks of all nature, and his actions will be those of supernatural defenses.
Through this novel, our author brings up the question of divinities in Africa and the truth of their actions. A novel Filipango tends to make us feel to be that of fiction, as he recounts to us how many goalkeepers in the football domain complain of the presence of a train of high speed which replaced the ball causing a goal which could not be explained. Audio is a novel which will bring a smile but also make us to question the realities surrounding our beliefs in divinities in the African culture.
It was interesting to discover this story from Cote d'Ivoire. It's somebody who has been with the Americans and discovered that being African was something like being inferior. So I think that you will take time to read this book and discover more about it. Definitely. But now let's get straight to the gallery. When we talk of gallery, what comes to your mind?
Gallery is a place where art is displayed, especially I can say abstract art. Art is being displayed, but we don't have galleries in Cameroon because.
How can you say that? We have galleries.
No, I'm not.
Compared to what exactly?
I think there's a gallery at the National Museum which is not open to the public, but
they are private galleries.
It's difficult because they don't advertise. They don't have pages like on Facebook to advertise that you want to lovers of art to visit our gallery.
I think you have to watch our program because we are going to be bringing them up to you.
Yeah, that is good.
They are existing.
Because I'm a lover of art. There are times I can remove huge amount of money to just buy a small abstract art that means something to me.
Okay, so tell us, which works of art do you have with you and where did you buy them?
I bought one from Boya. There was an exposé done by Max in Boya. And then I bought one, there's one guy in Yaoundé, forgot his name, but he just gave me as a gift because he discovered I have to promote him in that domain. Art is something that is so creative. When you do it, you don't even need to like market it. Somebody will see it and fall in love with it. But the best art in the world that I've witnessed, and I think I'm still in love with it, is Mona Lisa. Because when I was in Brazil, they brought just a copy of Mona Lisa in a gallery. People were paying $1,000 to go and get pictures of it.
Is it because of the price or the work of the work itself?
I don't, they have put so much value on it. I don't know if what is the mystical values on the art, but it's just a normal art, a painting. But everybody wants to get a picture with Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa. So today we are going to offer you to discover one. I think we are going to go to the DRC, and in DRC we have this mask. It's a terrible one. It's talking about diseases, death, and I think when they use it, the aim is to fight those evil spirits. So I will invite you to discover the gallery for this edition. The Bangu mask comes from the Pende tribe of the Democratic Republic of Congo. 28 centimeters of height on 18 of length, the Bangu mask stands for sickness and handicap. Made of wood and natural pigments, it carries two colors, either black and white or white and red, white being the symbol of death and the other sickness or infirmity. With a deformed face, this mask is worn by dancers during particular ceremonies. And if the mask carries black and white or black and red, the dancer associates his dressings to it. A work of art greatly feared. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going straight to South Africa. And in South Africa, we are going to be having a fashion parade. Have you been to South Africa? I suppose yes.
No, not yet.
Not yet. So in South Africa, there is a fashion parade I would like you to watch. It's talking about the beauty of Africa. They're using the garments from Africa, and they make us to discover that you don't need to go to Europe all the time. You don't need to really go to France and all the like or America. You can have it in Africa. So we're going to go straight to the Zulu fashion show and discover what they have for us. you really took time to enjoy what you saw, because it is like that now in Africa. We don't need to go above or travel very far to have this. We have it all over Africa. I would like to ask a question to our guest. Who is your favorite African designer?
I have a designer in Cote d'Ivoire, they call Mudu. In Cameroon, there's a Nuvi Creative.
Nuvi, I think now it's in West Africa.
Yeah, no, it's in Germany.
Ah,
yes.
Okay.
And then you have a Magos Mode.
Okay.
Her name is Ngwanelis.
And are you satisfied with what they give to you?
Yes.
Okay. And have you been to fashion parades? Because this is what people are invited to go to.
I mentored a fashion parade in Boya, which has a brand name already, Fiafa.
Okay.
Yeah. We started Fiafa. That's from the day one. I mentored the event and then gave them the kickoff.
It's just flying like a bird now.
Yeah, so it's a very big event that has a lot of designers coming to showcase.
I think that for the coming up edition, Afrikultures is really going to take time to see what is happening.
A lot of
there.
Camerooners are like showcasing in Fiafa.
Yes, that's very important. That's what we want to show to the community that we are. We have to call on everyone to invest in Africa, to think positive of Africa. And for the other aspects still in what we have as podium, we're going to have this young lady. She's called Fafa by everybody because she came back to Cameroon and decided to invest in her country. I invite you to watch this and discover more of Clementine Dickson.
Hello, my name is Clementine Dickson, mostly known as Miss Fafa. I was born in Cameroon, precisely in the city of Yaoundé, but I had an opportunity to travel to the state where I start thinking about living my dream, which was working for myself, doing business and doing beauty. Yeah, when I was in school, I didn't really have an idea, but I love fashion and beauty overall. It was not something precisely, but I just like the business linked to the beauty side of it. So it was just passion for beauty and business. So I didn't have the idea to come back in Cameroon. I didn't even think about that. But while I was in the States, my mom lost her mother, and I had to come back here in Cameroon to be with her, to assist her. And when I came back in Cameroon after 10 years, I felt like I was missing something in Cameroon. I felt a connection with Cameroon, and I decided to open Fafa Fashion. Originally, my parents wanted me to become a doctor. So in my family, I'm the oldest. So they always wanted me to be a doctor, but it was not really something that I had in my heart. I wanted to do something that I like, because I'm the type of person, if I don't do things I like, I will depress, I will get so stressed. So that was the thing. And project actually started in the United States when I was there, while I was in school, because I did business marketing. So when I was in school, all the project that was given to me, I was working already on Fafa Fashion. So at the end of my studies in 2012, I didn't want to work for somebody. I jumped in my business, and I started to plan things, and I started online. Yes, it was not easy, because when you want to open a business, there's a lot of things that you need in order to start. The resources, the people that motivate you, the people that really encourage you towards that vision. My family didn't really believe that I should do it. So it was even harder for me. But I had that passion in me that I just need to go ahead and do what I like. It was about what I want to do, what I like. So I just focused on that idea, and it was really that focus point that really pushed me. The vision behind Fafa is more than just makeup. It's more than just hairdo, beauty, and all that. The vision behind it is to let a woman know that she's beautiful inside, and she can confirm that beauty outside. So that's the main vision that we are working towards the objectives. In the modeling sector, that's a difficult question, because when I see my work, I see fashion, I see beauty, I see both of them connected. So maybe in the future we have a lot of things that will contribute to the fashion, and especially in Cameroon. But for right now, we are specializing in beauty, beauty activities and stuff. Absolutely. I want to tell you that the Cameroonian dream is possible. The African dream is possible. If you're here, it doesn't matter where you are, you can still make it happen. You know, you have to have a mindset ready, like my coach was saying. You got to be ready. Wherever you are, you have to get your mindset prepared, and you can make it happen. Well, you know, I want to thank you, Tessa, for the opportunity. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Okay, we're talking about the African dream. We have to maintain and have our African dream, our Cameroonian dream, because if you don't dream, I think you're dead. Somebody who does not have any focus might not live for a very long time. How do you see that?
That's true.
So how do you think we can maintain our Cameroonian dream, our African dream? How did you do yours?
You have to stay focused. The issue with Cameroonians are people want to belong everywhere. They don't have a particular lane. Either you are doing acting, you stay on your lane and master it very well. If you want to do music, you master your music very well. If you want to do modeling or fashion, you stay on that lane. Some people just want to jump from one angle to the other because A has succeeded in this field. Maybe this one is so easy. That's always the issue. You see, somebody will start as an artist, the next day I'm doing a movie. Somebody will start as a movie, I have a single. Because now everybody can produce a music. You just go to the computer, they give you the beat, you go and sing on top. You say, I have my single. No promotion, nothing. It means you are just a jack of all trades. But if you focus on one lane, you stay there, you are consistent on that lane, you will make your goal.
I'm happy because you brought us straight to the other aspect of our program, is the artist. I would like to know, what is your relation with the artist today?
Okay, I have a good relationship with a couple of them, but I always advise them that music now has been very easy, especially with the computerized system. First, we used to have analog studios. You have to go to the studio, you learn how to play guitar, a piano, you sing on top, they will record you on a small 4-battery radio. You prove yourself an artist. But today you just go, a beat maker will just give you a beat, you sing on the beat. Tomorrow you are fighting on Facebook, I did my album, you guys are not promoting this and that. And then they cannot even write songs, majority. So they are just in a rush to blow because there is this promotion on Facebook, there are followers on Facebook. I always tell most of them to like brand yourself, create a fan base. My most admired artist is Baba Mal because of the kind of instrument. I saw, when I saw him, I was in Tuba in an island in Senegal. I met with Baba Mal the first day. I said, hey, this is the guy I said, where are all those your instruments? He said, let me play one for you. He brought a form of guitar and then was playing the thing. So it was so, it caught me. I asked him if I could be part of his, he said, no, I have a managing team. Now, artists of today, they don't want to hear advice. Immediately, you can even record your music in your car. Anything that you sing on it, and then you put it on Facebook, put it on YouTube, put it on iCloud. You say, I have my song. So they are not even prepared. They are not prepared to be artists because those we used to call artists, in those days we have like Toto Guillaume, who used to come to Cameroon only to carry young Cameroonians to France to produce them in Africa Umba. You have to prove that you can sing. Like the Black Seed who went to Paris, most of them were guitarists, they were playing drums. Today you will not see an artist who can boza, can do a one-man show with an acoustic guitar. Very few. Some can do it, but most of them don't even know. Even like to play with a live band, because most events you will come and see a display of band and then they are playing your music live. You cannot sing again because everything that you did was done by the computer. You are not used to signs from the battery, like when the battery make the head, you understand that they have to change, or you are not singing the same gam with them. You understand? So it's easy for them now because there is a computer. Computer does everything, guitar bass, everything. They just give you the beat, you go and sing on it. So what they have to do is to stay focused because it's a digital world. Let them stay focused on that digital world and make something big because it's easy for them now. Before you have to meet somebody who play, who even answer chorus. But today music does not have chorus. One man will just sing on one lane until from the beginning to the end. You will not hear a strange voice in the music. But before, somebody will sing, the ladies will answer. This is Sidi Poko, Charlotte Dipanda, Angelique Kinjo, Jenen Zayou. They came from Senegal only to answer chorus to Ekami Brian. It means somebody will sing, another person will answer chorus. It was like question and answer. But today, very easy.
So I would like to remind to our viewers that here we are with the Godfather. It's somebody who has experience in the domain, and that's why he's with us today. And if he's talking, I think that it's not only negative, because we have to look at those aspects to make things brighter. And I think that he has people who did very well. Can we have some names of the people you worked with or that you intend to work with?
The fun is that they are making a lot of music, a lot of money today with music, like Mr. Leo, like Salatien, Daphne, Blanche Bailey, the Alpha Beta, Askia, that Fish, Wax Day. They are doing they're making a lot of profit in music because they are doing music of today's generation. Yeah. You understand? The only thing I will beg them is to increase their fan base. Like increase your fan base, so that your local population should consume your product first, so that you will have international recognition. When they are coming to take you, it's because of the name that you have in your country. Because most often they always bring foreign nationals to come here and suppress artists, because in Cameroon you don't have it means that man is coming to get his fans in Cameroon to come and patronize your show. So it is, I'm advising them to create a fan base in Cameroon, make buzz, so that people will be saying, let me go and get that guy in Cameroon to come and feature in my music.
But changes have been done, because we have somebody like Tino. When I was in Benin recently, he was invited there. Yeah. There are many who have been going around. So how do you think that we are still backward?
No, we are not backward. Some of them, Tino has a huge fan base in Cameroon. Malox has a huge fan base. Mr. Leo, Salatien has a huge fan base worldwide. You understand? Yeah. I'm just saying it's a general statement that the upcoming artists should follow them, because few of them have succeeded, because they are not like, I've never seen Salatien on Facebook insulting somebody or like, because when you go and insult, you reduce, some of your fans will run away from you, knowing that you are this kind of cheap person. You can insult somebody online. Just stay mute, because if people go and provoke you to reduce the number of people who are following you. You understand? Just stay mute.
And what do you think about the death of Makossa today?
Makossa, if they want to recognize Cameroon today, it should be Makossa, because Makossa stayed for 10 years. Music started with Makossa, African music. He went to Bikusi, he went to Zaiko, went now to Mapoka in Cote d'Ivoire, then went to Nigeria and just stayed there. So we have to like start to invest in Makossa Festival to revamp Makossa.
But we already have a Makossa Festival. I think recently it was on, but the affluence was not really felt.
Yes, people were not aware. Let them bring back Makossa. People know Cameroon because of Makossa.
It was Claudia Di Costa who was
and then something like Bikusi, all the men are down, the women have taken over the show. Most Bikusi vibrant today are ladies.
But Katino is back.
Katino, I mean that the women are so vibrant.
Yes.
Lady Pons, Mani Bella, all the men, Aijo Mamadu, you cannot even hear them again. They are just
but
fighting.
We have Grand Baraka and we have a Nyangono who is
those are clowns. Grand Baraka is just somebody who is making it's a joker.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
We are talking about people who can
change the thing,
change the game, or play even 10 music in a concert.
But we have a
Makossa legend. He will remain a legend, Petit Pays.
Okay.
Petit Pays can play from now to the next day because it has a bunch of music. You have Misengo who can play from. You have Jinabe.
Yeah.
We need to invest in those people musical to come back.
Yeah. But we see that Jinabe, for example, was celebrated in the US recently.
Of course.
And they did Yango. There are many who are celebrated around.
Those are legends. Yeah.
We are doing the thing right now. So if today we have youths who want to be produced by the Godfather, what should they do?
I will first of all welcome them and ask them first to focus on some particular instrument. I will not want to produce you using a computer. I want you to be an artist. You choose a line, even a piano will sponsor you there first, or a guitar bass, because Cameroon was recognized through Alaji Touré with guitar bass. Yeah. Guitar solo, you have Toto Guillaume. Guitar rhythmic, you have Jume Maurice, you have Gime Maniolo. They had this their trio they call Kumbe. Maniolo, Jerry Gento, Mr. Bibi, and Patin Jeki. They were all guitarists. It means Cameroonians were very good guitarists. And then when you go to the Bikusi sector, you have the Ted Brule who were so good in guitar. But today, if you bring those instruments and put them, no artist will go and pick one. They'll say, I don't know me those things. They'll say, computer, play my guitar. You understand?
Well, with the Godfather, as you can see, we are going to be talking about facts. That's what we need on our continent. That's why we need people to come up and tell us what we should do. We are going to go straight to Senegal. We are going to discover Viviane Du, which is the artist for this edition.
another name, Viviane Chidid. Viviane Ndour is a Senegalese pop singer who is the former sister-in-law of Youssou Ndour. She is known by some as the Queen of Mbalax, which is the national popular dance music of Senegal. Born in Senegal, precisely in Bou, one of the coastal cities near the Atlantic Ocean, her father is from Lebanon, her mother from Mauritania, and her maternal grandmother from Mali. Her ethnic mix plays a big role in her music. She combines traditional Senegalese mbalax music with elements of US rap, R&B, and country music. Viviane releases her first album in 1999 and formed a group called Le Jollof Band in 2001. 2009, Viviane has 2 actively sold albums. The 2 albums were Bataclan Cafe and Mandiara. She gains her first taste of international notoriety by doing a commercial for the Ritz Cracker Company where she could be heard singing her song Tata Viviane. Nominated for several music awards, Viviane Ndour emerges winner of the WhatsApp TV Africa Music Video Awards for the Best African Female Video in 2016. Note that most of her songs are either in Wolof or English, though few in the French language. Born a Christian, converted to Islam, the Queen of Mbalax has till date 10 albums.
that was a great moment because we went to Senegal and we saw Vivian do. It's a beautiful lady and she has been doing so much with the rhythm from Africa. She has never gone above it. She's always staying in the African context, and that's something we have to encourage. It proves that with our culture we can do something beautiful. It was Senegal, but I remind you that we went to Cote d'Ivoire, we went to the DRC, we went to Cameroon, I think we went somehow to the US, and right now we are going to get straight into the world of cinema. Watch this trailer and we'll continue discussing, because I think that's where The Godfather is going to spread out the realities.
Big things from such a small place.
Don't think about such things.
Why not?
You would be disappointed.
Hey Fiona, how is your life?
It is fine.
Young girl, come inside. What is your name?
Fiona.
Could you please show Fiona how to move the pieces?
In chess, the small one can become the big one.
You can say anything you want to say.
Chess helps us solve problems.
Hate me, but I'm gonna love you anyway.
It teaches us to make a plan.
If you didn't have a wall to hide behind,
Use your minds.
but you fall to pieces when your eyes met mine.
And you will all find safety.
Why are you letting her win?
I'm not letting her.
You can see 8 moves ahead.
Checkmate. 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 She won.
You could be the best in all of Uganda.
Coach, how can I become a champion?
Sometimes the place you are used to is not the place you belong. You belong where you believe you belong. Where is that for you?
None of your sneak attacks. This is not the ghetto.
I don't need to sneak. Checkmate.
This year's gold medalist, Fiona Mute.
Your children are blessed because they have a mother who never gave up on them.
Are you my daughter?
Yes, Mom, I am. Coach, you told us to make a plan, but I fear things will never change.
What matters is when you reset the pieces.
She's winning. She's winning.
And play again.
Stronger than your bruises, I got thick skin.
So it's a great moment. We discovered another trailer, African trailer. So tell us, what attracts you in a movie?
When I was young, I read a lot of novels, and that time there were no motion pictures because we grew up in the CDC. We had to see cinema once in a blue moon, like it was the black and white projector. So when we grew up and we decided to put some of these stories into motion pictures, we started a drama club. When I was in Yaoundé, we had this Musinga drama club, and then we have a Yaoundé University Theatre Group. Mm-hmm. We did the God must be crazy. Mm-hmm. No, the God are not to be blamed.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was one of the cast because I was working with one of the DB, Baba Fakunle. He's a blessed memory, Langmia Kebuma. I was in Yaoundé. We had nowhere to do movies. When I came back to Southwest, and I discovered that they were transforming Boya into Hollywood. There was constant shooting in Boya, and then I look at my schedule and discover that I had enough time now that I can go back into movies because it was my passion, my dream, that I've always wanted to be part of movies, to bring some of these stories into motion pictures. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I got involved in my first movie. It was produced by Billy Bob Ndivede Fungo. It was a 352 episode, a series that was broadcast. on the national channel.
Okay.
So it was just a try. I said, let me try if I can come out with something. He said, no, but you can try. The first day was difficult. The second day was just flowing. The third day, I did 21 scenes. He said, pa. I said, because the thing is in me, first to read the script and then enter into character, because I was representing a minister. So every moment you have to like change your atmosphere, change your attire, change your countenance, change, you receive people, you have to live at that standard until the end of the movie.
So what's your analysis of today, the movie industry in Cameroon?
The movie industry in Cameroon is fast growing. It's growing with a lot of temptation because people are not more focused. They're picking viruses here and there. We have some of these people who are like virus on social media who always go and, they call them distractors. They go and, when they see you growing, they go and try to create a fake Facebook account to attack you, to discourage you not to do future. Like most of the men have disease from producing movie. Now we have women who have championed the movie industry.
I already see who you are talking about.
Like Cindy Imade, Stephanie Toom, Brenda Elong, Mebang Evodia, Soli Egbe, Delphine Etambi. Those are women who are like, they are doing constant production, they're keeping the house running. I don't want to call those who are in Yaoundé, I'm just calling those in Boya.
Yeah.
It means, and these people, the easiest thing can easily distract them. Somebody will just go and throw a comment that these people are doing this and you people cannot do it. You see the whole Facebook. So the best time to concentrate on the movie industry is to stay away from distractors.
Okay.
You keep working.
That's a good advice we're going to say, is for you to keep away from distraction. Right now we are going to get to know what happened on the continent. Is the agenda. We are going to get to Benin with the fashion revolution, and we are going to get to the GB2. I'll invite you to watch that and meet us just after that.
Revolution gave way to another vision of modeling and fashion to the world. All was gathered to have great moments of glamour. Participants came from various parts of Africa. Models and designers were merged for a great time. 3 days were needed to cook things up. We saw the implication of each and every one very early in the morning, the day long awaited. Trainings and decor was set up at grand pace for a beautiful evening to come.
Pour ce soir. N'êtes pas stressé. Non, non, non. Pas stressé. Ça m'a beaucoup aimé.
Qu'on ne peut me comparer, parfois complètement barré, ça peut la cache à virer pour rire.
Moments shared before a public which believed in a positive Africa United, an event which witnessed the presence of John Midar. During the preparations, international football player of the country Jobel Dosu brought all his support to this event and called on promoters to do more to sell out our culture to the world. First edition, things went smooth. For the very young promoter, Cameroonian based in Cotonou, Astrid Zua Subju, it was an unlimited moment of grace she shared to her public, but also with those who supported and believed in her. Exit first edition. Get ready for part 2. Gibbelong did a return home for this year. Bringing together other artists from Cameroon, he took this occasion to meet the media and to propose to the great public his discography. Facing the media, this Cameroonian multifunctional artist gave his versions of stories and realities on the field that he faced throughout his career.
En 87-88, sur une discussion avec Touré Aladi, parce que c'est un album que je jouais, si vous remarquez sur les vidéos, toute l'équipe qui joue dans Ongele ou bien dans Makosa Mende Kandole et Nolango, ce sont des musiciens avec qui je travaille, c'est mon groupe. C'est ce groupe qui s'appelait Camerox, en fait. Et l'album s'appelle Makosa Connection. Pourquoi je l'appelle Makosa Connection? Parce que je me retrouvais avec ce que je considérais comme les meilleurs artistes de mon pays, sauf un seul qui n'avait jamais fait de disque, c'était Henri Job.
On another note, Gibbelong stands ready to share some of his know-how with the young generation.
By that time, Michael Jackson had E7. What we're going to have 30 years after later. And if I want to work and do what I'm doing, after understand what he was doing, I need to have all those machines. And when I have the opportunity to have this machine, I try to prepare the same project. It gives me an opportunity to be not only like drummer behind my drum, but I have the opportunity to come in front stage. And since that time, I take 10 years to prepare what I'm doing today. I took 1.5 years to rehearse. I'm trying to be sure that I can be able to do this type of performance.
Thank you.
Cameroon doing the master class with the young drummers. I'm ready for that. I don't wait to be paid to do that. I think we have to transmit something, what we learn, the experience we have after doing all what we did. But I don't think I'm ready to open a school. It's very complicated.
Celebration which was marked by a great concert. After Douala, Yaoundé was the next step.
What happened on the continent, and right now I invite you to discover, because that's the big aspect we are bringing up, is for you to discover Africa and its beauty. We might have guests, we might have proposals, but we'd like you this time to get to the village of snakes. Do you know the village of snakes?
Babungo.
No, it's in Benin. Watch out the discovery for this edition and meet me just after that.
Some few kilometers from Cotonou, capital city of Benin, not far from the road leading to the coastal town of Grand Popo, on our way to Togo, we discovered the snake village of Weida, a sacred place where pythons are worshipped. Entrance to the divinity center is not more than 1,000 francs. Welcomed by guides, you can then see with mixed feelings the old tree where the sacrifices to the gods are done. A hut is dedicated only for such activities. Praising aims at attracting peace and happiness around. A purification hut is under the control of a spiritual leader who makes sure that 41 virgins fetch water for the cleansing of the village of the pythons. Water that the virgins get from the road of no return. A hut for confessions exists, and that is where evil attacks are fought. For the villagers, pythons are gods, and as such are not eaten. They are buried in their dedicated cemetery when they are dead. It is said that one who touches a python gets happiness, and one who carries a python gets protection. Why not get over and see for yourselves the beauty of Africa?
Discover that village of snakes. As they said, you carry a python, you have blessings, you have one, you have protection. So I would like to know today, we are talking of Africa, for us to conclude, what do you think can be used for the development of our continent today? Can culture be that key?
Yes, I think time is short, but if we invest on our culture, Africa is very rich. I think we can develop Africa.
Okay, a word for the youths today?
I will ask them to focus on culture, arts and culture, because that's what attracts the white man. We cannot develop science in Africa. We have pure raw talent and raw culture that attracts investors. Let us focus on arts and culture.
That was the Godfather, and we are at the end of our program. Afrikultures is your 52 minutes program, which is going to let you dream about Africa. We don't want to tell you that don't travel. We don't want to tell you that don't go anywhere. We want you to be in an Africa that you know, and that's why you have to stay tuned to our programs. We're waiting for you for the next edition. I'm Tessa. I was your host. Take care.